So I'm thinking about Bryan Mast, and he really shouldn't be a congressman. Now, he made an enormous sacrifice on behalf of this country, and he's entitled to be honored for that. But that doesn't make him qualified for the job of being a congressman. And he's not really doing any job there. He's just a rubber stamp for whatever the administration says they want done. And the things the administration wants done, some of them are horrific. And they're not just horrific for Democrats, I'm a Democrat, but they're horrific for responsible people in this country. And the single most irresponsible thing that Bryan Mast has done is the thing for which he keeps trying to claim credit, which is passing this horrible, big, beautiful bill, which is going to, according to the Congressional Budget Office, which is the only objective agency or group that does an analysis of these things, it's going to add something like $9 trillion in the next 10 years to our debt. We can't afford that. We can't afford the debt we have now. We are strapped, folks. And if we add another $9 or $10 trillion to the national debt, we're going to be scrambling to find enough money to pay the interest on the debt. And that is an existential threat to this country. And he voted for it. And he puts out these little things to his followers and supporters. He says, look at the wonderful thing we did. We cut taxes on tips. In the first place, why should people not pay taxes on tips as opposed to the income that the rest of us earn? Second thing is, most of the people who rely on tips for income are not paying that much in income taxes to begin with. But the third thing is, that's hardly of significance and value to the nation. And then he talks about, well, we cut back on some of the income for Social Security, which is going to be subject to taxes. It's going to be taxable income. The amount he's talking about is insignificant. And if all you're getting is Social Security, it's nothing. If you're getting Social Security and you've got another substantial income, that amount of savings is virtually nothing. But it's like, look, folks, look what we've done for you. We're giving you these peanuts here. In the meantime, slashing taxes for the wealthiest people in the country who do not need it and often don't even want it, slashing those taxes, and slashing those taxes is causing this horrible existential crisis for this country. He never talks about that. And that is so typical, frankly, of what so many Republicans have done. What this administration is doing is just almost a crime. And he's right there. Oh, look at how wonderful this is. Then you turn around the other day, and he's blaming the Democrats for shutting down the government. And he says, well, the Democrats, all they had to do was pass this beautiful continuing resolution. And we Republicans want to pay government workers? Really? I thought Trump was trying to look for ways to fire them. We want to pay the government workers. And now they're talking about firing them anyway and using this as an excuse. And we want to get people their food stamps. Because that's always been a major concern about Republicans, is getting food stamps and welfare to poor people. They don't care about those things. But those aren't the issues. The Democrats want to pay for those things too. The difference between the two, and this is not something that isn't known to almost everybody with a pulse, has to do with wanting to supplement, to continue the supplemental of the government helping people pay their Obamacare premiums. And we gotta like that or not like it. It's undoubtedly true that once those premiums start going up, a lot of people are going to lose their health insurance because they can't afford it. It's a problem that needs to be solved. And it's part of a bigger problem was why are health insurance premiums so high anyway, and why are medical costs so high? There's a whole huge issue there that needs to be addressed. But in the short term, if you don't give people the money, they're going to really suffer, and you're going to have children without any insurance. And all the Democrats want to do is keep those subsidies going for another year. And in that year, they would have time to hopefully work out something that would work. And the Republicans said, absolutely not. We are not going to give any more additional money to these people to help them pay for insurance. And that's what this was about, and that's all it was about. It wasn't about the Republicans want to pay SNAP benefits and they want to hire and they want to pay government employees and they want... No. Both parties wanted that. But the Republicans do not want and still want, they hate Obamacare. They've always hated Obamacare. They always hate any kind of government program that helps people. I mean, they were fighting battles over Social Security all through the 50s when I was a kid. They were trying to repeal Social Security. And then when Kennedy's Medicare bill passed, they hated Medicare. They did everything they could to kill that. Now they don't dare do it because senior citizens would vote against them en masse if they did that. So they're always after something. They're always after just we don't give money to poor people. In the meantime, you can say, I think maybe we give too much money away here or there or the other, but don't be slashing trillions of dollars from the taxes of the super rich while you're cutting benefits to the super poor. What are we going to have the Russian Revolution all over again? It could happen, folks. Yeah, but anyway, so that's the things he says where he just backs the administration on everything are just supercilious, and they're not good for the country. They're not good for the stock market. They're not good for Dems. They're not good for Republicans. And then the latest thing he did was he voted against the disclosure of the Epstein files. And why in the hell is Donald Trump and his people trying so desperately hard to keep that information out of the hands of the public? Is it because they want to protect innocent people? Since when? It's not about that. They can do that easily by redaction. Obviously, there's some stuff in there that's very embarrassing to the president, and that's their motivation. Again, the public interest be damned. So those are just a few of the things. And there's so many issues that we need to discuss. It's why I'm running for Congress. I look at these things. I see people there who are really incompetent, like, frankly, Bryan Mast. He has no competence that he brings to that job. There's nothing that he has ever done in his career which makes him qualified to serve as a congressman. The last thing he does that really irritates me is he goes around telling people how much he's done to help keep Lake Okeechobee clean, which is interesting because he just came out with a survey showing that the lakes in this country, the dirtiest lake by far in this country is Lake Okeechobee. So good job, Bryan. You've really done a good job cleaning up Lake Okeechobee. So, the list goes on, and I'm hopeful that people who are responsible people, who understand how the government works, who understand economics, who understand the issues, will see that it is a mistake to keep that man in office, and will put somebody in there, even if you're a Republican and it's a Democrat, like me. Hopefully you'll find that the Democrat is responsible, understands what's going on, will do what's in the best interest of Democrats, Republicans, independents. Basically, most of the people in this country are in the center. I'm in the center. Bryan Mast is over on the right with Trump and the people who either don't know what's going on or don't care what's going on. But in any event, they're not responsible people, and they're in the wrong place. But we need to get rid of them and get people in there who know what they're doing. So, with that ranting and raving and nonsense, I'm going to apologize for wasting your time, and I will hopefully see you later. Bye.